But for most of us, for most of you, it's psychological fear that you need to be conscious of and see whenever you become anxious. Usually it's called anxiety. Usually people don't call it fear. You feel anxiety. Worry is what the mind does, and anxiety is what the body feels when the mind worries. Worry is useless thinking. Problem making in the mind leads to no action whatsoever. And the body, of course, thinks there is something very critical happening to you. It isn't, it's just thoughts. The body doesn't know that. That's so why it's so harmful to live in that for years erodes the well-being, even the physical well-being. So be alert to see what kind of thoughts your mind is producing, whether they lead to anxiety, and then realize this is not a critical situation. My mind is producing a phantom. And then you can choose to take your attention out of the mind into the present moment by using whatever approach is your favorite approach to enter the present moment. It could be take a few conscious breaths, in and out breaths, which means your attention moves to the feeling of air moving in and out of your body. That's a conscious breath. You feel, you sense the air moving in and out of your body. You cannot do that and be involved in thinking. In order to really sense yourself breathing, feel yourself breathing, attention, consciousness needs to be taken away from thinking into here, where the breathing happens. That's conscious. That's why it's such a powerful way of entering the present moment and getting out of your mind. That's a very powerful way. Or you could feel connected, closely related to that is feeling the inner body, the aliveness inside your body. Being aware of your breathing also takes you there. They're closely connected, feeling the aliveness inside. So again, you're not thinking anymore, you're sensing. Or you could become acutely aware of sense perceptions. Just look around you. And look at everything without calling it anything. Just look at the colors, the textures, the shapes, the presence of everything in the room or wherever you are, outside, the tree. Everything is there in its beingness, and you take that in. And again, when all that attention is on sense perception, you're not thinking anymore, you're just perceiving. Or you can listen, same another way of this all takes you into the present moment and out of the mind, and then anxiety disappears because you come into now. And of course another one is to just total acceptance of what is right now. This is what is. Say yes to the present moment. No more resistance. How wonderful to be able to live free of fear, free of anxiety. And that's all part of the awakening process, the end of fear. If fear is there, right now, when you accept it completely, not the thoughts that create it, if it's there it may be that fear has lived in you for a long time, and sometimes it arises even without a thought, or usually it then creates a thought. Then it's part of the pain body, the old accumulated emotion, which for quite a few people is fear. It could be anger too. Anger always, by the way, has fear underneath it. So if that's the case, then just accept what's there, but don't fuel it with your thinking. Just accept that what you feel, accept that that's what it is, that's there. In the middle of the night, you wake up in a kind of panic, intense fear. That's what is. Don't let it rise up into the mind and create thoughts. And then you become more spacious as you accept it. You become the space for it. And as you become the space for the fear, something happens to it. It gets transmuted. It becomes presence. The space, of course, is the space of presence. It's like putting a piece of ice into a larger body of water, and in that it dissolves.